We're Nathan and Taylor. We spent the last 2 years saving to take a trip around the world. So join us as we go out and explore this beautiful earth. Good morning, guys. Today's going to be kind of a daily vlog. We're going to take you around on a day in our lives when we're not at work, but we're still being cognizant of our budget and saving for the trip around the world. Quick little fun fact about why we used ground coffee instead of a K-cup. It's actually 1/3 of the price of using a K-cup. So by having our coffee via grounds every day, but still using, a little Keurig machine, we get to save about 1/3 of our money on coffee.
Now we have to do our laundry. It's our least favorite chore, I think. Only because we don't have a washer and dryer unit in our apartment. We have to go just a couple buildings down. Thank goodness that is over with.
So now that we got all our chores done, it's time for a snack. And this might look like a normal orange, but it's called a blood orange. We like to try new things, new foods. Obviously, we like to travel. We like to have new experiences. So I saw these at the store this week, and so I picked up a bag, and I think we're going to try them for the first time. Apparently, it's called a blood orange just because it's red inside instead of orange, but neither of us have had one, so we figured no better time than now to try. So I'm going to see how tasty these are. Okay, yeah, it is red on the inside there. Whoa, look at that.
That's crazy.
It looks kind of like blood. I don't know. Whoa. That is insane. Flavor. That is so wild looking. Do you see how dark red that is?
It's so dark.
All right. I'm going to try this. That is wild. I'd never seen anything like that. Not as sweet as a normal orange. It kind of tastes like a grapefruit, to be honest. Yeah. Not bad. Not my favorite. See, Taylor's sometimes a little more apprehensive about trying things than I am, but look at that color.
That's crazy.
All right, you're gonna have to tell me what you think.
Okay. I've never had a grapefruit, so I don't even know what to compare it to. You're right, it's not as sweet, but it's really good.
Yeah. It's kind of tart.
It's slightly, yeah.
Yeah,
but I like it.
We might be making a big deal of this. I don't know if red or blood oranges or whatever they're called are common in Ohio or in America. I'm sure it's nothing fancy, but I've just never seen it before, so I thought we'd give it a try till it'll spice up our snacks. So Taylor and I have been talking today and kind of discussing cameras and lenses and kind of if we need to buy another lens before we leave on this trip, because we have the 28 to 70 millimeter zoom lens, which is great for, B-roll and some talking shots. Like right now I'm filming at 28 millimeters, but when it tries to fit both of us in the frame, often since Taylor is so much shorter than I, that her head gets cut off, and I'm sure you've seen in the videos before. So we're discussing if we want to invest the money buying like a 16 to 35 millimeter or a 16 to 28 millimeter, but we haven't made a decision yet, and we don't know if we will or not, because it's an ultra wide angle lens would be great for like these talking head shots and like the vlog style content. We can't tell if we'd want to invest like another $1,000 in a lens like that. So that's another dilemma we're pondering on our day off here, is like, how do we make these videos better, and do we need to invest in a wide angle lens, or will this one actually do, and we just need to get more creative with our shots? If you know much about, you know, wide angle lenses, or if you think 28's a little bit too narrow for these type of shots, just let us know, and maybe it will be a good investment that we need to make and might make our video quality that just much better. So that is another thing we're kind of trying to figure out today, and just kind of think about as we get ready for this trip, and how we're going to film it and document it.
Okay, now we are going to make lunch. We decided to make some homemade French bread pizzas and French fries, super healthy, and then we're going to watch YouTube while we eat.
Oh yeah. We realized that we never did an official apartment tour, so we thought we'd give you a little tour of where we're living. So this is our living space. Nothing special. We don't even have a TV because we didn't want to spend money on like a TV stand, because we're only going to be here for like a year. So we literally just watch TV in bed and just have it on our dresser. But we have our couch. It's super cute, and it was only $100, so we thought it was going to be a steal of a deal. But it's actually extremely uncomfortable. And we had to steal these red pillows from his parents' house because you sit on it for like an hour and it's so uncomfortable. But it's okay, it's just temporary. And then we found this ottoman at Hobby Lobby, and it was the only one they had. It also didn't have a price tag, so they just sold it to us for like $30-$40, which is kind of funny. So yeah, nothing super special. And then we can go into the bedroom. Our headboard was actually free, given to us from a friend, so it was super nice because I know headboards can get pretty pricey. And then our dressers were our childhood dressers, so we didn't have to spend money on those either, which is super nice. And then we just have a closet area, double doors, lots of space. And then this bed actually, I bought like 3 or 4 years ago from a fundraiser my sister was doing. And yeah, it just ended up being the bed we used after we got married. And these pants are drying because the dryer we have to use sometimes does not fully dry our stuff.
Yeah, that's okay. And then we have our tiny little bathroom in here. Pretty average bathroom.
Yeah, we have our sink. There's me in the camera. Our little toilet and our, shower. But the thing this apartment doesn't lack is storage. Like, we have a massive storage behind us right here, kind of like we do in our bedroom, and then in the kitchen as well. We'll show you, we have a nice storage area. But that's one thing this apartment does really well, is we have a lot of storage, including this storage thing right here. So now I'm going to give you a tour of like the rest of the living area and then the kitchen. Over here, it's our shared desk. At Taylor's house when she was in college or whatever, she had a desk, but we used this desk to take with us. Also bought that for college, so that was an expense like 5 years ago, or not 4 years ago or something like that. So that didn't really count to like the furnishing of this apartment. If you've noticed in the back of our videos before, this gigantic hippo, we bought her for a Valentine's Day many years ago as like a gift or whatever. So she's become part of the family. And then this dining room table is like the little dinky thing. a friend actually came over and broke this chair for us, but this was also $50. So furnishing this apartment has not been very expensive at all. We actually rarely sit at it. We eat breakfast in there, but most of the time we just sit and watch TV while we eat dinner. Like the millennials, no, we're not millennials, Gen Zs, we're addicted to our screens. And then obviously we have our decor and our books and all our camera equipment and everything on this, but then we'll go into the kitchen here where the fun really happens. So this is our tiny kitchen. We have a full-size refrigerator and freezer here, and then we have a tiny apartment stove. We didn't realize how small this was when we looked at it for the first time, but it's only 20 inches wide. So my sister bought us a really nice pans for our wedding, but they don't even fit in here. So we had to go to Walmart and buy cheaper pans. And the funny thing about this stove is it hasn't worked right since we moved in, and we finally put in a maintenance request to have it fixed or whatever, and they had to end up ordering us a brand new stove. So we always knew it was going to be a hassle, so we literally put it off for 6 months, or I think 9 months actually, but we put it off. They order a new stove, they take this old one out, get ready to bring the new one in to realize that they did not order the correct stove. It was too big, so now we still have this old crappy piece of junk, and we're waiting on the new one still, so we'll only get to use a nice stove for like 3 months. But thankfully we live in an apartment, so we don't have to pay for that. So that's covering that. And then, our coffee setup, the most important part of your morning. The cheapest microwave we could find at Walmart. And then all this beautiful storage. This shelf we actually got for free from a family friend. And the rest of the stuff was gifts for our wedding as well. So this huge storage area for all of our stuff. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm trying to think. I think that's every major detail in this apartment. But the crazy thing is, this is a realistic look at what $800 can get you in an apartment in Ohio, if you're not in Columbus, obviously. We're out in a smaller city with I think 40,000 people living in it. But this is a realistic look at what living cheaply and below our means gets us in while we're saving for this trip. So we really only spent, I think, $500 total getting everything we needed for this apartment. So that was really nice. We had a lot of help from family and friends. And obviously our wedding was a blessing to have all that gifted to us. So really, yeah, I hope this gives you a look at what real life is for people living on a budget trying to save. We are in the point of the day where we come up with this constant struggle of what to do with the rest of our time. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon, but it's cold outside, so we don't really want to go hiking or go explore outside because we'll freeze, even though we can bundle up. But we never know what's cheap or free to do inside that would be fun to film or even fun to go do, because we've done a lot of things around where we're from. So we struggle with this most weekends of finding something to entertain ourselves. So we're hopefully going to try and find something this afternoon to go do.
I was just on Google Maps and I found something about 40 minutes away, so we're about to go drive and see it.
Okay, so we just made it to our first stop in a city or a town called Dresden, which is 15 minutes from Zanesville. But our first stop was world's largest basket. I don't know if you can see that up there. Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen? But Longenberger apparently is from here. There's a memorial or something like that. I don't know if he's actually from Dresden, but there's a memorial to him on the other street. So we're gonna look at the basket. Yeah, I guess the coolest thing we can now say is we've seen the world's largest basket. But other than that, this town is super cute. It just seems like there's some shops on Main Street that'd be kind of fun to look in if it wasn't freezing, or maybe on a summer day you come walk around or something like that. But other than that, it's a nice little place. Yeah. All right, on to the next stop, which is I think 20 minutes north of here.
Right, so we just made it to Triple Locks Park here in Coshocton, Ohio. We came just for the 3 locks, but just down the road on the way here, we drove through Roscoe Village, and it's this super quaint, cute little town.
Yeah, it looks like it's got all the shops and all the places to eat, and it's got all the decor on the outside of the buildings. I think we're gonna go check it out after these parks, but it's like 19 degrees out and it's really cold. So we'll see how we feel, but we're gonna go check out the lock real quick. So I think obviously this is a decommissioned lock, obviously because there's no gates and no water in it, but it's the biggest, like I've ridden a couple locks in England, but I don't remember how big they were. This is the biggest one we've seen in person, I think, especially that Taylor's seen. She normally thinks locks are pretty lame. I think they're kind of cool, like just the mechanics and the engineering of it all, but this one's pretty cool, she said even. Just check that out. We can go down there in a second, but can't even imagine where this went, because there's a little pond. Oh.
I don't know where it would have connected, but
yeah, who knows? But we're gonna walk up on that bridge up there and get to the other side. About to enter our first lock, even not in a boat. Does the snow make it more romantic or less romantic?
It's beautiful, but it's cold.
It is freezing.
Yeah.
I am so chilled.
But it does make it pretty.
But look at this. We are literally in the center of a decommissioned lock. Like that's the bridge we were on up there. And you can come, unfortunately you can't go all the way in because there's still a little bit of water in the bottom. But this is so epic. I'm a big advocate for locks. I'm a big lock guy.
You are.
But the snow, I think, kind of adds to it. I don't like how cold it is, but kind of adds to the magicalness. And we both kind of have to pee, and there's not a bathroom right here, so kind of struggling. But yeah, check this out. Yeah. Wow. And that's where we came from. It's even a doctor's office. Can you believe that? This is absolutely crazy. Forgive my fake British accent. It makes this tourism feel a lot more cool if we pretend we're from a different country and not from America. You know, then people don't question what you're doing. It's just whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
So these buildings back behind me are actually part of COTC's campus, which is crazy because I went to the campus in Newark, Ohio for college, and this was just like 40 minutes down the road from us. I had no idea it was even here, but they're beautiful.
So we've stumbled into this little candy shop, and they have a whole bunch of flavored beverages back here, and there's a whole bunch of candy, which we don't need, but I might get a couple, or one weird flavored soda perhaps, but we don't know.
Okay, so we just got back from Roscoe's Village Sweets and Treats, and we ended up buying a couple things that were cheap and new that we wanted to try. So we got a carrot cake soda flavored drink, so that'll be interesting. We'll have to try when we get home. And then a Zagnut bar. It's crunchy peanut butter candy coated in toasted coconut, which sounds really good. So that'll be new as well.
Yep, and that's kind of the requirement when we buy things out. They have to be new, and they have to be fun to try. They don't always have to be crazy, but new is always fun and exciting. So we have showered up and had dinner, and now we get to try the stuff we bought at the candy and sweets shop in Roscoe Village in Coshocton. Like we showed you earlier, we picked up a Zagnut bar, which we'd never heard of. Turns out it's made by Hershey's. It's supposed to be like, I don't know, kind of looks like a Almond Joy with the coconut on the outside. It's kind of what it makes it sound like. And then we have the carrot cake soda by Melba's Fixins. It's made with pure cane sugar, so definitely healthy. Which one do you want to try first?
The drink.
The drink? Okay. Coming off. There we go.
What does it smell like?
It smells delicious, actually.
It smells like the nutmeg you would put in the cake.
Yeah, you can try it first.
Oh gosh.
Tasty?
It does taste good.
Really?
Yeah. You don't like it?
That's not bad. It's very spicy.
It is spicy.
Like, not like hot spicy, but it literally tastes like you have cinnamon. Mm-hmm. You're drinking cinnamon is what it tastes like.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing because normally it's in cake form.
Oh my goodness. There's 42 grams of sugar in here. That's terribly unhealthy. All right. Time for the Zagnut. See, I picked this out, and Taylor picked the this thing. Oh, it's making a mess.
Oh. Very flaky. Ooh, it smells good. It smells like peanut butter.
Oh my goodness, we are making a mess.
Just tastes like a peanut butter wafer.
With a tiny bit of coconut on the outside. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think what this reminds me of.
I know, it tastes very familiar.
If you've ever had the coconut cake, the ice cream coconut cake.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's what the coconut tastes like. Obviously, it's coconut. That makes sense. But this is a win. This is tasty. That's
yeah,
really
that one's really good.
As for the carrot cake, I don't know. I'd probably not buy it.
Yeah. Probably never buy it again, but not bad.
It's not bad to try. Yeah. So, any other final thoughts on this video? This was like just a day in the life of what we do on the normal weekends. Obviously, we didn't show all the chores because it's kind of boring, and we don't like doing them, so why would someone want to watch us do them? But we like to, literally when we're bored, we'll just pick a town near us or within like an hour of us, because like we live like an hour, like we moved an hour away from where we used to live to Zanesville here, and that's kind of our gauge for how far something is like if it's an hour away, it's not that far because that's just a drive back up home to see the family or whatever. So that's how we decide what to do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed just seeing what it's like living a cheap, frugal life while we save for this epic adventure. No thoughts?
No thoughts.
All right.
Good day.
Yeah. We'll see you at the end of this week when we're taking a little mini trip to Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
There's your Zagnut bar.